Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Geek Gab with Tommy. And this week I want to talk about Spider-Man. It just came out on Thursday, or actually Friday, and I've been playing it non-stop throughout the weekend. It is an amazing game. So my first impressions, is it Batman? No, it is an entirely different animal. A lot of people are comparing it to Batman in the beginning, but I actually think it's its own animal. And this is the reason why. It's the story. The story so far is very unique, and that's what I liked about it so far. I get to play through as Spider-Man, I get to play through as Peter Parker, and then both of the lives of the two characters mesh together.
Call from May. Better answer. Hi, Aunt May.
Next floor up.
What is all that noise?
Watching a superhero movie. What's up?
I just wanted to make sure we're still on for dinner tomorrow night.
Totally. Listen, I gotta go.
Well, okay. Love you.
Love you too.
And that's what I really never got from the Batman games. Like, you were never really Bruce Wayne for very long. You were always Batman. Always the Knight. And this is going to be a absolutely spoil-free review, so no worries there about this time. So what I want to do is I'm going to break through the content. So the first of all is the combat system. While it looks like Batman, there's a lot of things like stealth takedowns, there's a lot about the melee, and a lot about the gadgets. Spider-Man does something really well that I think that Batman games don't do well, is that you feel the mobility of Spider-Man, the flexibility, and the fast and the quick punches. Like, that feels like Spider-Man. In the Batman games, I felt like Batman he was like a tank most of the time, hitting people down like a battering ram. But for Spider-Man, he feels so fluid, and that's the biggest misconception that I made when I started the game. When I started on Spectacular, I was like, oh man, I played all the Arkham cities, all the Arkham games, I platinumed them, I can be ready for this combat. And I got thrown in, I got murdered. There's just so much things to do in the environment. There's so much things to grab, unlike the Batman games. Because now you have your web shooters, you can pull things, knock things down, so you gotta think strategically as Spider-Man. So that's where, like, a lot of times where, like, I made a mistake where I'm just like, I'm just gonna punch all these thugs, and they just get me because they have all these guns. Do I have to disarm them? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's just like, to being Spider-Man, you gotta really get that focus on. And I really like the fact that you can heal anytime you like, as long as you have focus, and that's the healing factor going through. Like, it feels like a really good Spider-Man game throughout. And the next portion is the web slinging. Like, it feels amazing. I don't even feel like the controller's in my hand most of the time when I'm web slinging. It feels so natural. And the fact that I get to go all through New York and see like great like landmarks like Wall Street, or I can even see the Statue of Liberty and just Central Park. It just feels so amazing. Like, I've never been to New York, but it feels like I've lived there all my life now that I'm playing so much Spider-Man. It's just gorgeous as I'm web slinging through it. And the jokes that Spider-Man makes through, and as he's beating up people or he's web slinging, it feels really good. It keeps me awake. And unlike Batman, who never really said very much, he just, spoke to himself most of the time or kept to himself, this version of the game, Spider-Man, is just constantly making jokes, and it's just amazing.
Is this tech support? I forgot my password.
Wait a minute.
Let's see just how good their security is. Aw, you guys forgot the latest kernel patch.
Hiding in server. Cowardly. Even for you.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
We just had a tower come back online. Was that you?
Not just a pretty mask, huh? Huh. Looks like Jameson's got a new episode out. Wonder what my #1 fan thinks about the Fisk takedown.
You get phone calls from like many different characters, and you just feel like, man, all these Easter eggs are so great.
Parker, where are you? The committee will be here soon. We need to run an equipment check.
I'm almost there. Blocks away.
Guess I'll just do it myself.
No, don't. It's not safe. Ugh. From his elevated position, Spider Cop spies his destination. A second surveillance tower.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No! Of course not. The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
And that's the next thing. It's like, there's about 20 hours in the game for the story mode. I'm more for like 10 hours in, and I'm not even anywhere near the story. It's just, there's so much to do. I have to stop crime, I have to help out people, do side quests, and collect Easter eggs. so much to do in that game, and I feel like if I was Spider-Man, this is why he's always late, because there's just so much to do.
Hello?
Parker, where are you? We must run through the demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
Yes. Sorry, yes. Dealing with a personal issue. I'll be in soon, promise. Better wrap this up quick than get to my real job.
You know, one moment you could be web slinging, like, oh man, I'm gonna go and get this Easter egg, and next thing you know, like, oh, you hear a police signal, you hear police signals, and you're like, oh, okay, I gotta web sling over here and stop this crime. That you could ignore, but it just like, when you're playing this game, you feel like you're Spider-Man so much that you just can't really ignore the cries for help. And that's what I really love about this game. It feels so immersive. I don't get taken away from it, especially with the skill tree and everything like that. It just keeps building on and making Spider-Man feel better and better. And the Easter eggs just keep coming as you keep making, you go through more suits. They're not only cosmetic, they come with skills and they help. And unlike the Batman games where you get these suits, they're just cosmetic. They really don't do anything. But here, like, I get to be Spider-Man Nor, that means I get to be sneaky. Or I can be Ben Reilly Spider-Man and have holograms. It's just so amazing. It's just the content in this game is just sheer amazing and spectacular. And I can't wait for more DLCs, and I'm ready to put in my money to get season passes for this game. And if I could rate this game, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 spiders. Like, it's just that great. Like, I haven't felt this good about a Spider-Man game since like the PlayStation 1 game. And so, are you guys gonna pick it up? I'll leave that to you. What did you guys like about it? What did you guys didn't like about it? I actually really don't have any much problems about it. But if you guys didn't like something about it, please leave a comment below, and please like and subscribe my video. Have a good one, guys.